Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Floop from Winhanced, and today's a very exciting day because I'm about to walk everybody through the first public build of Winhanced, Living Glass. If you saw my dev diary from a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I was working on a big update to the overall UI and interface of Winhanced, and I've been working on it for the last few months. Well, that update's been going through testing with our Patreon supporters, which, by the way, we do have a Patreon. So if this is a project that you want to support, one of the perks is that you do actually get early access to some of these features. So if that's something that is interested to you, I'll leave a link in the comment section down below. But what I'd like to go ahead and do now is walk everybody through this public release so that you can see what features are here and what to expect. So let's go ahead and launch the version. So the very first thing you'll notice is that we have a onboarding experience now. This is primarily meant to walk you through library setup, but this will be enhanced over time to allow you to customize your overall Winhanced experience, like turning off specific features, logging into specific things like Discord, things like that in the future. But for now, it does just walk you through library setup. So like if you select each of these libraries, you can scroll through here and you can go through that process. And as you go through the process, it'll leave little check marks to let you know that you've completed it. I've already set up my libraries in a previous version of this, so that's why they are showing as completed. So I would go through this process, set up your libraries, hit next. And for now, that's the end of the onboarding experience. So if you select launch, it'll bring you into this version of Winhanced. So I brought back our splash screen animation, and we have a much more detailed status indicator at the bottom to let you know exactly what's going on, which will be helpful for when you're scanning games and you have a really, really large library. But funny enough, the very first thing that I want to show you is how to exit Winhanced. So if you look in the top right corner, you have an X button. Clearly that will exit you out, but you also have minimize. So you can feel free to minimize Winhanced at any time and go back into it. But another fun feature is that if you are on the home page of Winhanced, so for example, if you're on any of these tabs here, and you can see recent games, if you push B, it'll bring up a little modal that says exit Winhanced, and then you can push B to cancel out of it, or you can push A to close Winhanced. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and launch it again. Now, before we get into all the fun stuff on this page here, let's start where I think that you should start the first time you open up Winhanced, and that's over here in settings. So we've added a brand new settings section. This is all very much still work in progress. So as an example, if I go into the general tab here, you can see that we don't have any information there yet. This will be fleshed out in the next few releases of Winhanced. But the reason I'm bringing you over here now is because I want to show you two tabs. One is libraries. Similar to the onboarding experience, within here, you have the ability to come in here and manage all of your different libraries. It is only mouse or touch activated right now. I still need to build out the controller navigation. I will do that once I have a more fleshed out view of what I want this library to look like. But a key thing to call out here too is if you add a manual game, you can add a manual game from here. But two, you also have the ability to remove it. I don't have any manual games on my Ally X right now, otherwise I'd show you that. But essentially you'll have a list here with a little X, you can tap on it and you'll get rid of it. The other tab that I want to call out here is over here in performance. Once again, do not mind the layout. The one thing I really want to show right now is this little toggle here, and that is, it says enable power plan. So, I didn't think I was going to get it in time for this first update, but I was able to port over the Winhanced sleep and wake functionality and even make it a little bit better. So in the new modular nature of Winhanced moving forward, I give you the option. This will not be on by default. It's only on because I've used Winhanced on this device before and I like it. But if you do want to use our sleep plan and our wake functionality, which I'll discuss with you in just a second, you can turn it on and you can turn it off. If you turn it on, it'll install our Winhanced power plan, as well as whenever you put your device to sleep, It will automatically go in behind the scenes, switch over to that power plan for you. And if you have a game open as well, it will freeze those processes so that when you wake your device back up, you can get right back in exactly where you left off. So and I'll also show you that in action in by launching a game in a little bit here. But yeah, so that's our new settings page. Expect more to come very, very soon. So let's talk about that, which you saw at the very beginning here, which is our What's New page. So What's New is essentially a news aggregator. We're pulling in from a few different sources that myself and 0 Degrees find appealing. But the plan is to flesh this out much, much more in time, potentially giving you all the ability to pick and choose the different sources that you want, as well as categories. But for now, essentially, you're able to navigate through a carousel of cards here. And if you select a card, for example, it will open up your default browser of choice. In this case, I use a browser called Zen, and you can come in here and view that article. I definitely want to look through maybe adding like an in-app browser directly into the app so that you don't have to leave, as well as I could potentially make it controller navigable. But that is a very tall order, and it'll probably be some time before I do that. All right, so what's next? The other major feature to call out as well is we have full analog stick navigation, as well as full keyboard and mouse and touchscreen navigation as well. So I can come into here, I can pick a game, I could scroll through this this bar here if I want to see more information. While we're on this page here as well, I will also call out that we have imported Steam time, like playtime through Steam, as well as Steam achievements. For Xbox and Epic games, these are not currently functioning, but I am currently looking into getting the achievements functioning, and the playtime is based off of the amount of time that you've played within Winhanced. That is specifically only for Xbox and Epic, though, because we are able to pull it in for Steam. And finally, How Long to Beat integration is here for all games and all libraries, which is awesome. While we're on this page, let's go ahead and let's say launch Expedition 33 here. And you'll see our brand new splash screen that appears. This will appear over top of like the game launching in the background. It might exit out a little bit soon if, like, for example, it needs to load Steam or whatever launcher. If that does happen and you see your background, don't worry, it's still launching your game. It's just going through that process. But yeah, once we're in Expedition 33, I'll load up a save and I'll show you the sleep wake in action in game, just to show you that it does in fact work. And yeah. Let's see. I love this game, by the way. I've been playing so much Expedition 33. It just got to the monolith. I'm not gonna spoil anything, so don't worry. So as you can see, I'm in the game. Oh, this is also a good time to call out as well. This version of Winhanced is fully supporting of your device's native like buttons. So in this case, Armory Crate button will launch Armory Crate, and the Command Center key launches the Command Center. We'll keep it this way moving forward so that folks who want the option of their device's system to work can do it, but we will be adding back our overlay features in the future. So basically you could be able to toggle it on so that if you push the Armory Crate button, you would see the new version of our overlay, as well as any other features that we would like to add in the future. Once again though, all will be toggleable so that you can choose which one that you want to run. But let's go ahead and sleep the device. So I've just went ahead and I've just pushed the power key. And before, in the current version of Winhanced, you would actually have to open up our overlay, pause the game, then put it to sleep in order for it to properly freeze the process. You don't have to worry about that anymore. It is now built directly into the power button here. So pushing the power button will do all the necessary processes of changing over the sleep plan, also freezing the process. It might take a little bit for the device to actually go to sleep. I'm still doing research into if there's a way for me to speed that up. I'm starting to think that it is a very Windows thing, but the point of the whole sleep functionality is the fact that once you turn off the screen, when you essentially in the middle of the night, you're not gonna have to worry about these lights turning up on you and blinding you in the face, waking you up, waking up your wife, waking up your dog. It just stays asleep, which is great. As well as you basically have hibernate levels of performance in sleep mode. I did a test myself in Expedition 33 a couple of days ago with this whole thing set up and running. And I got, I think, 0% battery loss after 8 hours of being asleep. To be safe, I would say on other devices, this is a very Ally specific thing, but I would say on other devices, you can expect anywhere from a 0.5% to a 1% drain of battery life per hour that you have your device asleep. But the cool benefit of not going into hibernate is you push the power button and you get right back into your game where you left off. And you'll notice no sleep wake animation. It's just you're instantly right back in. All right, let's go ahead and close this game the old-fashioned way because I don't have the overlay in here yet. It'll go to the desktop, and then you'll have your reverse animation to bring you right back where you left off in the library. The other thing to call out here is just the overall fluidity and the overall just like smoothness of everything. I've taken extra effort to bring in a lot of smooth animation, a lot of helping features visually in order to help you understand where you are within the experience. All of which is to just overall enhance the Winhanced user experience for our unified library. Speaking of unified library, when you have the header open, you now have the ability to trigger between your different libraries, and it actually works pretty fast, even for like the largest of libraries. If you'll notice that for some of these games, as an example, this one here, we have placeholder art. I'm currently in the process of working through how can I bring over custom art integration, maybe through browsing browsing through Steam Grid DB, or even uploading your own art. But that'll probably be in another feature release for Winhanced. But the other thing I wanted to call out here as well is you have the ability to install a game. So if you, for example, come over to this game and you click install, it'll take you into Steam or into Xbox or the Microsoft Store or into the Epic Game Launcher directly to the page so you can install your app. I'm not going to do this now because it will take too long because it's installing a game. But the thing that I'll also call out here as well is the fact that when you are installing a game, once it's done installing, it'll just immediately switch over to play. So you can play the game right away. You don't have to restart the app like you had to when I was first talking about it in the dev diary. The other thing that I'll call out here as well is I've added in sorting logic. So users will have the ability to come in here and choose like, oh, installed first, which is the default. So I would walk you through all the sorting logic, but there's a minor bug. Like as you can see, when I click owned only, it's still showing you're installed. So I have to figure out what's going on there. But you can expect that to work when you download this. I'm recording this video a few days early on a pretty buggy build. In the spirit of these dev diaries, there's one thing that I have to try, and that is doing something completely random without testing it first. So what I'd also love to do to figure out is, technically this should work, is if you have Winhanced open, if you have, oh my goodness, one second. If you have Winhanced open and you plug it into a dock, it should just work. So let's see. So we'll turn on the TV really quickly. Place it onto my dock. And then plug it in. Fingers crossed. Am I on the right TV setting? Yes, I am. Ah! No, it's not working. But watch this though. If we close out of Winhanced, and then we come in here make it desktop. Yeah. We launch Winhanced. It should recognize the higher resolution. Come on. It's not going to recognize the higher resolution. Oh, it recognized the higher resolution. Ah, ha, ha. And then you plug in a controller. And you can now play on a TV style experience. Isn't that cool? But yeah, overall, that's what's being introduced in this version of Winhanced. The things that are on the roadmap next are going to probably be like adding in our Discord integration. I really want to see how possible that is to do, as well as just continue rolling out, or not rolling out, but porting over the features that exist within the Winhanced Legacy version, which is a good segue into what I would like to talk about next. And to end this video out, I want to talk about Winhanced versus Winhanced Legacy. Moving forward, if you go to our website, Winhanced is the living glass version of the UI, and that is going to be the version of Winhanced that we are updating moving forward. Winhanced Legacy is the version that has all of the features, but on the older UI, including our overlay. So if you are a power user, I would recommend downloading that version because that's going to give you every single feature that Winhanced offers outside of the updated library features and all of this fancy stuff. But the goal is, once everything is ported over from Winhanced Legacy into the new version of Winhanced, we will remove that version from the website and it'll only be Winhanced moving forward. So I just wanted to clear up that confusion. I've also gone through the process and added a comparison of all the different features on the website directly so that you can compare. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video, y'all. So thank you once again for watching. If you do have any questions about Winhanced or anything that we're doing, or you have any ideas for how we can improve it in the future, definitely feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. I really love responding to you guys, and I appreciate all the incredible support that we've been receiving from you all, especially on Patreon. A lot of folks have really been coming through and supporting us, which is great because it allows us to continue developing and funding this application. If you want to support us, like I said at the top, feel free to follow us on Patreon or join us in our Discord community, where we have a very lively community of over 2,500 people just constantly talking about Winhanced and gaming. But until next time, y'all, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.